Hey everyone, I'm Diana Davison, an advocate for the falsely accused and wrongfully convicted. Now, this week, second-wave feminist Germaine Greer was under attack for having an opinion unpopular with sexual assault activists when she said that most rape is just bad sex and that it shouldn't be prosecuted in the same way. Additionally, she criticized the trendy claim that 70% of rape victims experience PTSD in contrast to only 20% of war veterans. She says, "What the hell are you saying? Something that leaves no sign, no injury, no nothing is more damaging to a woman than seeing your best friend blown up by an IED is to a veteran." While it's always amusing and unsurprising to see feminists attack their own, Greer's comments about rape deserve serious consideration. After all, she spent the last 25 years or so obsessively thinking about the subject, and she's speaking now from hindsight, having seen many of her ideas implemented. So here we are. Practically all sexual encounters have now become a form of rape, and women are being told that they'll never recover again if a man even touches their knee unexpectedly. We're told to lock every man in jail upon accusation, and that trials are a tool of the patriarchy, perpetuating rape culture. We're not permitted to question whether or not a violent rape is more serious than sex with a man who just didn't ask for explicit, enthusiastic yeses, and women are being told that they will go into a state of tonic immobility if a guy tries to kiss them. Germaine Greer, one of the pioneers of this situation, seems to have thrown her hands up and said, "This is hopeless." In her new book, coming out this September, Greer says, "It's time to rethink rape." Clearly, her views have changed since The Female Eunuch, as you would expect after decades. She's had a little think and exercised a little hindsight. Additionally, she's watched her ideas come to fruition and decided she done screwed up. She's not the first person to point out that much of what's being called sexual assault is just actually bad sex. She's just the first card-holding feminist to say it. But I want to talk about her point about the PTSD issue. You can't talk about how women are so strong and also say that women will never recover from a bad date. This ridiculous narrative that women can never recover from sexual assault is being promoted by people who claim to be support workers. They claim that as a support worker, they know that the trauma will affect you for the rest of your life. And to me, that tells me that they're just really bad at their jobs. Imagine for a minute that you're a therapist and a woman walks in seeking to overcome a fear of flying after surviving a plane crash. Instead of overcoming her fear, you teach her instead to be traumatized every time a plane even flies overhead. Would you call that helpful? Would you say that you had to teach her that all planes crash in order to keep her safe? If she falls off a ladder, are you going to tell her that it's just like a plane crash? Does travel culture cause plane crashes? Would you tell her to tattoo a plane on her body so that she can remember the plane crash at all times? If the woman decided to book a plane flight, would you tell her to refuse to wear a seatbelt? Would you denounce the flight attendants for telling her how to inflate her life jacket in the event of a crash? Isn't that victim blaming? We're constantly being told that feminism has all the answers. The sad truth is that feminism won't even let you ask questions. For the first time, I find myself wanting to buy a book by Germaine Greer, but the problem is this. I don't think she's saying these things for the right reason. I don't think Greer has actually thought out properly how or why normal sex is now being called rape. I think that she's just saying this because she's angry at being deplatformed for insisting that men can't be women. Like Dr. Frankenstein, the monster of her creation has turned against Germaine Greer. She brought an unnatural thing to life, and now the creature is unhappy with her. By the time we reach the epilogue in this story, many innocent people will have been slaughtered, and it's just as much Greer's fault as it is her creation's. All the hindsight in the world won't undo the damage that she has done. I don't see any mea culpas going on here with Germaine Greer. All I see is a woman angry with her child and trying to pretend that she had nothing to do with the bad parenting.